Howdy y'all, welcome to episode 8 of Feed the Beast Lite Pack 3. We are down in the, the Cursed Earth mob spawning area. Done a little work. I was noticing some lag and using Opus. Opus is the mapping utility that I use, but not only does it do mapping, it will also I don't have it set up to show it on the screen, but it also will pop up a little kind of a tracking um, program. I guess it'll kind of tell you what the sources of your lag are on the server, whether it be mobs or equipment. You can, you can even it'll even teleport you to areas that are kind of higher tick or lag kind of things. And one of the areas that was showing up as bad was all these grinders that I had right here. So I've done some work. I went in and I I made an excavator, the Minechem excavator, and I went and removed all the platforms so I could get in here without getting just beat up the entire time. I looked like I could barely see my tune with all the arrows that were in me doing that. But the excavator knocks out a 3x3 area. This one is silk touch, so I didn't have to restart with the cursed earth again. So that was nice. Well, I did have to on the third level, because if we go inside here, you'll see that I extended out the third level fully. I removed about half of the fans on each level. So you see they're not being launched out as far. The fans are also kind of one of the areas that was causing tick lag. So I removed about half on each level. So you can see that they don't get shoved off as fast, but they still get thrown off. But I added these iron spikes down here. And then on each corner of the iron spikes is a vacuum hopper, which will suck up all the experience. The only thing that I'm seeing that I don't like is the zombie babies are falling down in the holes, which they shouldn't be doing that. I don't know if I can put a cover over that or not. I may try that later, putting a cover, see if they don't fall down in there. I think the vacuum hopper will still suck through a cover, so... But that's one of the downsides of that so far, and the other is it's a little bit slower than the grinders. Not too much. I don't think the actual killing is any slower, just because of the way that the grinders work. Is because the grinders, they do that work cycle where they'll kill 2 or 3 groups, and then they'll have a long period of time where the work will. If you look at the grinder interface, you'll see that the work cycle has to go all the way up very slowly, and then when it drops back down again, it'll go and kill another few groups. So I don't think this is any slower. It seems to be keeping up with the mobs. This one also will kill the slimes, of course. Well, not just the green slimes, but the blue slimes also that were spawning in here. I do not have it set up to collect the blue slime right now. I'm going to have to add that to the filter. And I'm going to have to do something with the baby zombies. They do die in there. They suffocate. You know what I mean. They can't breathe. But they do die in there, but you can kind of see they're all grouped up. And you can't kill them when they're in there because you can't really target them. So, and also because of my avoid creepers gene thing that I've got, I can't really stand down there, or creepers will not go where they're supposed to go. By the way, if you're going to go into your grinder like this, make sure you have your flux infused. Don't wear that tinker stuff, because you'll be dead so quick. Whoops, how'd you get out of here? You ain't supposed to be out here. How'd you fly out there? You must have been called to help out. I think this counts as a sword, and you may get spawns outside, because in this version, I'm pretty sure it still works, that if a zombie dies, it can call a friend up to 16 blocks away with a light level. They can spawn up to 16. I'm sorry, they can spawn up to 16 blocks away in a light level less than 9. So I think I think that's where he came from. But you can see if I stand here, the creepers are fighting their best to get away from me. Like if I go over here, they're heading that way. So this works best generally if I'm not too close, or if I didn't have that gene, probably. So 494. This is a bedrockium drum. I did make one. I didn't want to have to do another tank. This tank is actually, the tank controller is another source of tick lag. Well, it's not major, but when you take all these things where the tick lag is a little higher than normal, like this is one. All those cyclic assemblers that I was running upstairs were one. Believe it or not, the Minechem equipment, even though I'm not using it, that was a major source of tick lag, was the chemical synthesizer, which I don't get because I mean it's not being used. It doesn't have anything in it, but it was a major source. So tracking that all down, I will probably be getting rid of this, make another bedrockium drum just for essence. This of course is mob experience, not essence, or liquid XP. So I'm going to have to convert that over to mob essence to be able to use the auto spawner, which is no big deal. It's we'll pipe it out of here into a tank, and from the tank we'll have an XP shower over a sewer, and then the sewer will pump the mob essence into. We'll probably go with another bedrockium drum. They're just a drum, basically, just a really huge drum. Where this one is a multi-block, and I think this is a relatively new mod. I think it has potential, but if I can put 65 of these in a space this size, yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm definitely gonna use that. But we still have like 3 drums full of essence around, so it's no rush to do that. I've been trying to tweak this, get it working a little bit better. Going to have to do something about the little. As a matter of fact, let's try that right now. I think I got some covers over here. Let's see if we can put one on top from back in the back here. See if that works. Can I get it past that? No, it's just gonna. I would have to do it from the front, I guess. Probably not gonna let me do it though. Yeah, I can't get it through there. Yeah, I'd have to go in there, and I really don't want to do that right now. Spider jockey. But that's what I have been working on since the last episode. It's actually been quite a while that it took me to do this, because of course I had to remove all the cursed earth. It does not take very long with the excavator, thankfully. But then trying to tweak the way these spikes work, because items, you can see I'm losing items because they're on the top. I've tried putting blocks on top of there. I guess I may try that again, and I put some blocks on top of that, and then put some the conveyor belts on top of that to push those items off. But really, the only thing that gets stuck up there, it seems like, are spider parts, which I have plenty of. And it's not experience; it's just the parts. But of course, those could cause lag. So I may try going up a block higher. Because the problem with putting the blocks there is the Endermen weren't dying, and the large slimes would not hit the spikes. So I guess I could try going up one more. We could do that. Maybe I'll try that in a little bit. But then up here, what I did for the bedrockium stuff is I set up a little chain. I did not go all the way to quadruple. What we have is this one makes double, or I'm sorry, compressed. Yeah, this one makes compressed. And then this one makes double compressed, and then this one makes the triple compressed. So this is off right now, but this pulls out just tons and tons of cobblestone. this was actually not keeping up with the cobblestone, and because what I had done wrong over here is I had failed to remove some of the exterior ones, and I guess it was slowing down looking for those spots. So once I closed all those off, it just ate through the cobblestone that was in here, and it takes a while to get all the way up to the triple. And then I just used a crafting frame to get the quadruple because I just needed 6 ingots for the drum. So that's what, 24 double, and then 24 triple, and then 6 blocks of diamond. So basically just under a stack of diamonds to make the ingots you need for that. Now, if you've never used a cyclic assembler, excuse me, if you've never used a cyclic assembler before, they're pretty easy to use. We'll pause for the calls. We'll be right back. Sorry about that. Didn't realize what time of day it was. Well, everybody decided to come home all at once. But let me finish this up real quick before we get on to another area that I want to work on today. But just wanted to show you real quick, if you've never used these before, these are pretty much auto crafting tables. They do need to be powered. So what you need is this schematic. This is made with a lapis and 2 pieces of paper. And to set your schematic, what you would do is you take the item that you want to use in your crafting. It doesn't have to be just a single item. Of course, it can be anything. You're going to go down to the schematic tab here, and you're going to put your recipe in. No matter what it is, your recipe goes right there. How did I just do that? And, well, you can either have a existing schematic or a blank schematic. It does not need to be erased to do this. And then just hit your little checker right there, and that will turn this into a schematic that you can use. Okay. And basically like I said, what we're doing is this generates cobblestone. The cobblestone goes here, it becomes compressed cobble. It's pulled out of there, goes into this one, makes double compressed into here, out, triple. And then I could have turned it into quadruple, but I just left it at triple since I didn't really need that much of this stuff. So I've got everything turned off right now. We've got 4,978 left after making 24 quadruple and then making the bedrockium drum. So let's see where we're at on juice. See where we're at. 534. So, we're getting quite a bit in there. It's killing as far as I can tell when I'm not standing right here. Standing right here kind of screws things up because of the creeper stuff, but we're getting a pretty good rate of items coming through, so I'm not too disappointed. We shouldn't have any sort of lag from the machinery, the grinders, and there's probably some work I want to do to it. In fact, I'm going to pause again. Probably everybody's going to be home. They initially come rushing in, throw everything down, then they all rush out again. But they'll be in and out again for the next hour or so. So I'm going to cut it right here, make some changes, and then wait for everybody to get into their, evening pattern, leaving, going to work, that sort of thing, and then we'll be back. Yeah, we're back. Go ahead and forget everything that we've just done. It sucked. It just wasn't working. The return on experience, liquid experience, was so small with that. I don't know if it's just the hoppers weren't picking it up. I tried speed upgrades and moving hoppers around, and there was just I was getting little zombies down in here. I couldn't put a cover on top because that would keep you couldn't put it flush, so that meant that little lip was keeping things from coming over. So I went ahead and went back to the grinders, and you can see here just by the yeah, it's up over 5 million since I looked at it last, not too long ago, maybe an hour ago. So the return is a lot better. I did go down to 3 grinders instead of 5. That seems to help. And of course, we also, we'll put on the night vision here. yeah, I was looking over the video and you really can't see earlier. But, you know, if we look at it now, you can see there's 3 full levels in here now. Instead of fans all the way. What in the hell am I getting stuck on here? Stop shooting at me. Just die. I left the block of conveyor belts there to kind of push them off should they actually land on up there. Not that I really need those there anymore because there's not spikes there anymore. But we do have the 3 levels, 3 grinders, and instead of, like I said, fans all the way across, we went ahead and spaced them one out. And what I did is I alternated it on the rows because I know this row actually affects the row below it, and the row below it, I think, affects above. I mean, it's not just straight ahead. It kind of literally fans out. So I went back to this. It does kind of blow. It just seems like this gives a lot better mob essence, which we need more than we need liquid experience because, like I said, we have other ways of getting the liquid experience or getting experience in general. We have, of course, the magic crop experience essence plants, and then up here we have the experience oreberry bushes. So we've got, what, 52 stacks of those. Plus I have a bunch up in a chest by the enchanting table in case I need to get a little bit of experience. So liquid experience isn't that important. I think, did I put the bedrockium barrel over here or did I just put a barrel? Yeah, I just put a barrel. Just even from here, it seems like the liquid experience is a lot slower. So, you know, we did all that work this episode pretty much for nothing, but that's okay. Wow, did I get shot up that bad just going in there? But, you know, it's part of the game. You know, you want to tweak everything. You want to get it to work to the maximum efficiency that you can. It's kind of a bummer. I was hoping to get away from that power usage altogether down there. It just seems like, well, the tick rate really isn't that bad now with just 3 instead of 5. I'm trying to see just what I can do. But one thing, before we close this off, one thing I wanted to show y'all, you know, last time we were, you know, having problems getting in here, and it is something to do with this concrete. Now, if you notice, if you kind of watch, see how we kind of go down right there when you get onto the concrete? That's one thing. It doesn't seem to be leveled. Now, these are double paving stones, I believe. Is that what they are? Double slab for concrete, and this is, of course, from the Chisel mod. Now, it is the concrete that is pushing us to one side or the other when we come up here. It's not wind or anything. It does it over here. Also, you can see as you walk up here, it'll push you out until you get into the grass. If I go this way, it'll keep me going. But I know it's the concrete slab because if I come at it this way, it doesn't do anything. So I was not aware that. Oh, looks like a crash. Back just a second. And we are back again. Not really sure what caused that crash. It didn't seem like it generated a crash report, so don't know what that was. It did, however, let me, as I came back on, I discovered that my sorting system was all screwed up. I'm running a quarry right now with a speed upgrade just to see what that, or a double speed upgrade. And somehow I clicked a diamond on here. I don't know how that happened, but this ended up with a diamond. If you click this, of course, it makes it a different chest if you put a diamond on there. And nothing was being pulled out, so that was all backed up. Hopefully that's all cleared up now. But actually, thank goodness for that little crash, because you know, after a crash, I like to go check everything, make sure I don't have any world holes or stuff like that. But nice loud butt. Hope I didn't scare you. But like I was saying, on this side, of course, you know, nothing happens when you're on regular grass. But if you are on the concrete, you can see it'll kind of push you one way or the other. It does seem like maybe you're running a little bit faster. Not too much, but just a little bit. See that right there? Like this is normal running speed, and then you get on here and it seems like you zip along a little faster. So I was not aware that concrete did that. I'd never heard of that before. It wasn't until it happened to me a couple times where I was trying to walk in here. If I didn't hit it right, all of a sudden I'm over there. I'm like, what the hell? So I just kind of looking at it, and I started to notice the dip. You can see it's noticeable. You know, you go down quite a bit. So just be aware of that with concrete. That may be something you can use maybe as a road. I thought it was actually only the roads that kind of gave you a speed boost, but it does kind of look like concrete does give you a little bit of a speed boost. So that's pretty neat. Just something that I wanted to show. Now, of course, like I said, we're running another quarry out there. Again, it's just 64 by 64. I'm not doing really huge quarries because I don't want them to be running all the time because they do. Well, this one isn't bad. I don't have the world hole upgrades. I just put a speed 2 upgrade on there. I didn't go all the way up to 3 because I didn't want to do an 80 times power multiplier because I'm pretty sure that I wouldn't be able to keep up with that. I'm pretty sure I'm not keeping up with a 20 times multiplier. You can see we're completely drained out right now. It is completely taking everything out of here. So it's seems to be generating just right around that number there, the 4096, but you can see how quickly things are coming in and out of here. So it's moving pretty quick. I think we're going to get done with the essence here pretty soon. I've got like, as soon as I fill that barrel up, I think it does 256 stacks. As soon as that's done, we'll stop growing those and maybe move on to something else. I am, of course, growing, did I mention it already? We're doing the nether essence. The nether essence is the reason I'm doing the nether essence is I'm just really getting tired of going to the nether and trying to harvest. Gosh darn it, you know what I mean. But with the nether essence there, quartz, nether quartz. I'm getting tired of going and trying to find nether quartz. I mean, it's everywhere, but it's slow going. Another issue I seem to be having is like this is efficiency 5. It doesn't seem like it's any faster than this pick right here, which I probably used 4 levels of haste on there or more, and there's just no difference between any of them. I even tried taking off the haste gloves, seeing maybe it's the gloves that are affecting the haste, and that doesn't seem to help any. So I don't know if there's still some quirks with these mods. You know, there's still little things that I'm noticing, and that's one of them. But with the nether essence here, we can make quartz, nether rack, nether brick, just different sorts of stuff. So I mean, if we look at this. And we look at its uses, you know, we can make quartz, nether wart, which we don't really need, the nether brick. So anything that we need to pull out of the nether, pretty much we can get it from the essence of nether. But I'm only really doing it for quartz. I just want it for the quartz. This is experience. We've got a lot of this, a lot of redstone right now. Diamonds, I just put a thing on here so I can just pull a stack out when it starts getting close. I can just walk up here and shift and then left click, and weirdly though it shuts off the sound of, that might even be the problem with the crash that I just had, I don't know, because it just shut down the sound, so obviously there's some sort of problem there. But yeah, that's it. So we did a whole lot of work down there in the mob essence or the cursed earth area for nothing. It's an experiment, like I said. That's one of the beauties of the game is just because you build something doesn't mean it's final. You can always tear it down. You can always rebuild it. You can always tweak it. The only downside to that area is you've got to try to light it up. You're going to get shot to shit before you can get it lit up, or you can get all the dirt removed so you can get in there and work. Like I said, I recommend if you're gonna try to even mess around in there is to get your flux armor going so you can take the hits, because it's brutal in there, man. Those skeletons don't play anymore. I mean, they just pounds you. And it seems like all of them, even if they're not holding a glowing bow, have knockback. I mean, it just pounds you with those arrows. So guys, that's going to be it for this one. I hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for coming by. Don't forget to leave a rating for the video. And if you have not subscribed, that's the best way to know when I do put out a new video, because it'll pop in your little box there to let you know. So until next time, guys, appreciate you coming by again, and I will see y'all later.